Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. In recent years, Manchester United have had their fair share of transfer mishaps, and letting Scott McTominay leave is looking like one of the worst. Since joining Napoli last summer, the Scotland international has lit up the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium with his energy, grit and goals, becoming a driving force behind the club's Serie A title push. Despite being one of United's more consistent performers during a turbulent period, McTominay was never truly celebrated at Old Trafford. That isn't the case in Naples, where the fans have rallied around him, nicknaming him McFratum, a blend of his surname, and the local word fratum, meaning bro, another moniker he's earned, the bottle opener, speaks to his knack for delivering breakthrough goals when they're most needed. But it isn't just his popularity that surged, his market value has too. Napoli snapped him up for £25 million, but his estimated value now sits at €40 million, or £34 million, according to Transfermarkt. This rise is especially striking given his age of 28, and that his highest valuation at United topped out at £29 million, offering yet another indicator of the club's inability to recognise what they had. Italian football icon Massimo Ambrosini has credited Napoli boss Antonio Conte with unlocking McTominay's full potential. His value has only gone up since he left Manchester United, and the reason for that is Antonio Conte, he told Jeff Bet Conte, has created a team that gets the best out of his players, and McTominay is perfect in the middle behind Romelu Lukaku. His value has definitely increased this season, and I think that is down to the manager. With 12 goals in 33 matches, including 11 in the league, McTominay has been a major influence on Napoli's campaign. Holding a 3-point lead atop the table, they're in a strong position to finish the season as champions if they maintain composure in their final trio of games. McTominay has delivered time and again with his performances, and particularly with his goals, whether breaking the deadlock, equalising, or sealing victories. Scott is a complete player, Conte said back in September. He's versatile, who can be a trequartista behind the striker. He can be a mezzala in a 3-man midfield, play in a 2-man midfield, or even wide in a 5-4-1 with license to attack. More recently, Conte claimed that United consistently deployed McTominay poorly, failing to recognise what his true qualities were. He never had a main role at United, that instead we have given him here, the coach said. He has grown a lot by working. Today, he is a complete player. Should Napoli finish the season as champions, it would mark only their second title since the Maradona era and just the fourth in their history. Their emotional 2022/23 triumph, led by superstar attackers Victor Osimhen and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, ended a more than 30-year wait. With both players having moved on, winning again this season would be a stunning feat. And with McTominay emerging as a new leader, Napoli may have found the next piece in their legacy-building puzzle, proof that great players don't always come with great fanfare. Mickey van de Ven insists Tottenham have nothing to fear against Manchester United in the Europa League final. The imperious Dutchman, who marshalled the Spurs defence to a second successive European away clean sheet in Norway against Bodo Glimt, said of Ruben Amorim'S side, "They played Athletic Club, a really good team, and it was 7-1 over the 2 games. So they've also shown some real quality in Europe. We knew it's going to be a different game. Everything can happen in a final, but we're not going there with fear, of course. We know our qualities. We know it's going to be a difficult game, as Man United have also shown their quality in this European campaign. Tottenham are bidding to end their 17-year wait for silverware. However, it's also been 41 years since they last lifted a European trophy UEFA Cup. Van de Ven is confident Ange Postecoglou's troops can now finally end that hoodoo by finishing a difficult season on the greatest of highs. He continued, "Everybody goes to Bilbao to win a trophy. It has been a tough season, and it will only be successful if we win the Europa League and get that trophy." To be in a European final with Tottenham is a big thing for the fans, the club and me personally. I'm really proud to be part of it. Van de Ven, who only played 135 minutes of Spurs' group campaign due to a hamstring injury, starred alongside influential captain Christian Romero in Thursday's gritty victory inside the Arctic Circle. He paid tribute to the indispensable Argentine, hailing a captain's performance in the absence of injured skipper Heung-min Son. The 24-year-old said Cuti's an unbelievable player. You can see that mentality-wise. With the ball, without the ball, he knows how it is to play these types of games. You can see it in how he is. He shows so much to the rest. He helps the whole team. My partnership with Cuti, we feel each other. He knows what to do. I know what to do. We back each other. Dominic Solanke, who netted in both legs of the semi-final, has warned his teammates they cannot get trapped into thinking they have United's number just because they've beaten them 3 times already this season. When asked if those victories can give Spurs confidence, he said, yeah, a little bit, but obviously it's going to be a completely different game, different circumstances. Finals are never easy. We're both in the final for a reason. We've both done well in Europe, so we know it's going to be a difficult game. Pressure is a privilege. When you're at big clubs, you always want to be fighting for silverware. After Mason Mount had rubber-stamped Manchester United's passage to the Europa League final with his first goal of the night, he stood in front of the Stretford end and cupped his ear. Maybe he was making a reference to the talk that he was the sort of expensive signing that symbolises the club's failings in recent years. Or maybe, after the frustration brought on by his painful struggles with injury, he just wanted to hear the acclaim that signified a rare positive step in his Old Trafford career. Or maybe he was cheekily asking the crowd to show proper appreciation for the one moment of elite-class skill that turned a fairly mediocre United performance into a glorious procession to the final. Never mind that Casemiro, Rasmus Højlund, and Mount again would make it a crushing United victory on the night. It was Mount's sublime turn and finish just under 20 minutes from the end that was the pivotal moment in a game that had been run by Athletic for a good hour or so. Quite frankly, United were pretty abysmal until Mount struck with an individual effort that was a reminder of why so many top coaches down the years have adored this wonderful footballer. And after that, Athletic went to pieces, as they had done in Bilbao. But for half an hour, there was not even a suggestion United might add to their 3-goal advantage, and the Bilbao breakthrough was hardly a surprise. But the mistake that gave the half-chance to Mikel Joragaiza was a surprise, coming, as it did, from Harry Maguire. The misplaced pass still looked unlikely to be too damaging, but Joragaiza struck his effort nicely enough to beat Andre Onana's delayed takeoff. At least it gave United a nudge of urgency, and they would have been level just before the break had Alejandro Garnacho not once again shown that he can be a scorer of great goals rather than a great goal scorer. Occasionally doing the spectacular is great, frequently doing the routine is better. And it should have been a routine finish when Patrick Dorgu put him in the clear, but his attempt to send a chip over Julian Agirrezabala went badly awry. The miss meant a pervading sense of anxiety remained, and that is why, just after the hour mark, Ruben Amorim opted for a triple change of personnel, Mount, Luke Shaw and Amad Diallo all entering the fray. The alterations had the desired effect, to say the least. And after Mount's brilliance and Casemiro's quick-thinking finish, Diallo's directness enabled him to set up Rasmus Højlund, who, literally, only had to let the assist hit his foot to get on the score sheet. 3-1, and even Højlund scored. Whether or not it was worthy of a celebratory selfie is open for debate, but the man who should have been posing for photos finished the job in quite remarkable fashion. When a clearance reached Mount just inside the Athletic half, he responded with a first-time left-footed hit that must have travelled a good 50 yards or so. Both of Mount's goals were a measure of a talent that, for reasons beyond the player's control, Old Trafford has yet to enjoy. Here, that talent has made sure United have an endgame of a European final. But for Mount himself, this will, hopefully, be a new beginning.